5 generations in any given audience.
Adele at 22.
Okay, I quit.
Debbie Harry, 168.
At 72, Chaka Khan isn't just the queen of funk. She's the queen of unfiltered honesty. For decades, she's lit up stages with that once-in-a-lifetime voice. But off stage, her bluntness has lit just as many fires. Take Mary J. Blige. When she dared to cover Sweet Thing, Chaka blasted her performance and never let it go.
Vocals were flat, and I told her, I said, girl, you don't sing nothing at 8 o'clock in the morning, especially if you have to get up to sing it.
For Mariah Carey, Chaka straight up hinted her greatest singers ranking came from payola, not talent.
This one, I believe, is going to be controversial with you. Mariah Carey, number 5.
Yeah, that must be payola or something like that.
These clashes weren't just shade, they were declarations. And they set the tone for a career full of unforgettable music and unforgettable feuds. Born Yvette Marie Stevens in Chicago, she became the fiery frontwoman of Rufus in the 1970s, tearing up the charts with hits like Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
Sweet Thing and Ain't Nobody.
Love me now, I'll go crazy. Oh, sweet thing.
Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy.
Her voice was raw yet refined, powerful yet tender, the kind of instrument that could cut through funk grooves, jazz experiments, or pop ballads without missing a beat. When she went solo, Chaka made history. Her 1978 debut gave us the timeless I'm Every Woman, a track that became an anthem for female empowerment and was later covered by Whitney Houston. Through the 80s and 90s, she proved unstoppable, winning Grammys, experimenting with jazz alongside legends like Miles Davis, and breaking boundaries with I Feel For You, the Prince-penned smash that introduced rap hooks to mainstream pop. But for all her accolades, Chaka has never been the type to hold back. That blunt honesty has fueled some of her most infamous feuds, starting with Mary J. Blige. When Mary decided to cover Sweet Thing, the song that Chaka had already cemented as a classic, Chaka didn't take it as a compliment. She blasted the performance, saying Mary f***ed it up.
So I said, what were you doing when you decided to cover Sweet Thing? Where were you at when you covered it? Oh, girl.
And kept that same energy for years. Even decades later, she admitted the cover still haunted her, showing just how seriously she guards her legacy.
She is queen of funk, rock and roll.
She is every woman. It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, are you kidding me? It's Chaka Khan, baby.
Mary J. Blige thought she was paying respect when she decided to tackle Sweet Thing, the Chaka Khan classic.
Sweet thing, don't you know you're my everything?
But instead of applause, Chaka came out swinging. She said Mary didn't just miss the mark, she wrecked the whole thing, and she kept that same energy for years. When the topic came up again, Chaka doubled down. She said the industry hyped Mary up way too much, like she was untouchable. She joked that people must have been blind to crown Mary a queen. Fans were like, wait, aren't these two supposed to be friends? And Chaka wasn't just side-eyeing Mary. She came for that Rolling Stone Greatest Singers list too, the one that ranked Mary, Mariah, and Adele above her. According to Chaka, whoever made that list clearly needed their ears checked. The wild part is, even while dragging Mary's vocals, Chaka claimed they still loved each other. She just couldn't get over that cover. She even grilled Mary once, asking what on earth she was thinking when she sang it. Decades later, and the performance was still haunting her. But here's where it gets funny. They actually teamed up on a track called Disrespectful and won a Grammy for it.
She started writing it before I went in the studio with Jam and Lewis.
So yeah, they literally turned the drama into a trophy. Still, when Chaka circled back to the whole thing again, Mary kept quiet. And now everyone's watching to see if she'll stay classy or finally throw one back.
I just wanna satisfy you, 'cause you're not mine, I can't deny it.
Next, Jennifer Hudson. The Soul Train Awards were supposed to be a feel-good night, but when Jennifer Hudson hit the stage for a tribute with Chaka and Evelyn Champagne King, things got awkward real quick. Instead of all three women sharing the spotlight, Chaka was way off on another stage, almost like she didn't want to be caught in the same camera frame. Fans at home and in the crowd clocked it instantly. Something wasn't adding up. Word from people behind the scenes was that it wasn't an accident. Chaka allegedly asked not to be next to Jennifer. Why? Nobody could agree. Some whispered it was about the spotlight, others said it was ego, maybe even a little jealousy. Whatever the reason, it looked like shade, and the internet ran with it. The rumors weren't new either. Just a year earlier, Chaka was supposed to join Jennifer for a Whitney Houston tribute at the Grammys. She pulled out, saying she was still grieving. Some folks believed her. Others weren't so sure, claiming she just didn't want to share that stage with Jennifer. Neither woman ever spilled what really went down, but the optics spoke for themselves. Even now, people bring up that Soul Train performance like it was one of those unspoken feuds. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was a silent snub. But that distance on stage told its own story.
I'm not going. You're the best man I'll ever know.
Next, Mariah Carey.
Who else am I gonna lean on when times get rough? Who's gonna talk to me?
Chaka never bites her tongue, and Mariah Carey found that out the hard way. Mariah's been praised for decades as one of the greatest voices on the planet. Those whistle notes, the hits, the whole diva package. Her fans treat her like royalty. But Chaka wasn't buying all the hype. On a podcast, Chaka was told she made the greatest singers list, and instead of celebrating, she shrugged it off. To her, those lists were meaningless. She didn't need some ranking to prove she was a legend. Then the host dropped the bomb that Mariah sat at number 5. Chaka didn't hold back. She immediately called it out as industry politics, throwing around the word payola. Basically, she hinted that Mariah didn't climb that high just on talent alone. That one line set the internet on fire. Some people loved the raw honesty. Others said she crossed a line coming from Mariah, of all people. The backlash hit fast, and soon Chaka was on Instagram trying to cool things down. She admitted she let her emotions get the best of her, said she shouldn't have compared herself to anyone, and even apologized to anyone she might have offended. She insisted she wants to uplift other artists, not tear them down, and signed off with love. Still, the moment stuck. People couldn't stop debating. Was Chaka just being salty, or was she hinting at a truth nobody wanted to say out loud? Next, Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle and Chaka Khan have been side by side in the music game for decades, and fans have always compared them. Patti is known for going all out, big notes, big drama, big emotion, while Chaka is more smooth and soulful. That difference has made people wonder if the two legends ever really clicked behind the scenes. So when Chaka casually dropped a comment about singers who don't know when to stop over-singing, fans instantly connected the dots. She didn't say any names, but everyone pointed straight at Patti. The idea of Patti doing too much lit up debates online. Some said yes, Patti pushes every song to the limit. Others clapped back, that's exactly why she's loved. She's never been afraid to go full throttle. The two never openly dragged each other, but the tension between their styles kept the speculation alive. And then came Diana Ross. Chaka stirred things even more when she threw shade at what she called industry-made divas. Again, no names were dropped, but the subtext was loud. Fans, critics, everyone, it all pointed toward Diana. To Chaka, Diana was more glamour than grit, more image than soul. And that cut deep, because Diana's whole career was built on being the face of Motown and a style icon. People worshipped her gowns, her hair, her elegance. Chaka, on the other hand, was known as a raw vocalist who didn't care about polish. It was talent versus image, and she wasn't shy about drawing that line. Her words set off the usual storm. Some agreed, saying Diana was carried more by star power than voice. Others thought Chaka was being unnecessarily harsh. Either way, the fact that both women came from the same era made it sting more. Two queens from the same throne room, with different rules for what made them legendary. And Chaka didn't just keep it to Ross or Patti. She's been vocal for years about how the industry props up singers who lean on looks, auto-tune, and flashy production instead of raw ability. In her eyes, too many divas get crowned for style, while true singers get overlooked. That's why every time she makes one of these bold comments, it doesn't just feel like gossip, it feels like she's calling out the whole system.
Somebody loves you, baby.
And lastly for today, Natalie Cole.
And too many moonlight.
Natalie Cole and Chaka Khan never had a loud, messy fallout, but people in the industry swore there was always a quiet current between them. On paper, they had plenty in common, both stunning, both raised around music, both able to command a stage. But the way their careers played out, it sometimes felt like Natalie was running a race Chaka didn't even bother to enter. Natalie carried the weight of being Nat King Cole's daughter. She fought hard to be seen as more than just his legacy kid, dropping hits like This Will Be and Unforgettable, and stacking up Grammys. But even with all that, she often felt she didn't get the respect she deserved. Meanwhile, Chaka had already carved out her own lane as the queen of funk. Her voice, her energy, her unpredictability, she always stole the spotlight. And that left Natalie, by comparison, feeling like she was overlooked. Chaka never openly trashed Natalie, but the silence spoke volumes. She rarely acknowledged her, never boosted her wins, and insiders noticed that they seemed to avoid sharing space. No joint stages, no cozy industry photo ops. It wasn't war, but it was ice cold. If Natalie seemed quietly resentful, Chaka looked like she simply didn't see a rival in her at all. That kind of dismissal stung more than words ever could. People close to the scene remembered the little signals. Natalie looking tight-lipped when Chaka picked up an award, or Chaka brushing past Natalie's name in interviews. Fans at home might have missed it, but insiders swore it was real. Some say the tension drove Natalie to work twice as hard, while Chaka coasted on the comfort of already owning her crown. In the end, both women left legacies too big to be defined by whatever silent feud hung between them. The records, the performances, the history, that's what people remember. Still, those who watched them up close never forgot the frost that lingered whenever their paths almost crossed.
I'm so happy to be someone that can stand by her and say I know her and love her.
Chaka putting everybody through the fire.